my Gurudev, Shil Gurudev, he has a way of... So Shil Gurudev has a way of attracting us, whether we're kids or old or whatever age we are, but attracting us. You have a way of attracting us to Krishna consciousness in a very fun way. And the moment we came here, we realized that we wanted to move here. We were in Washington, D.C., in Potomac at that time. And we decided that we want to move here because we attended your lecture, your class, and it was so much fun. And
put it in the wrong way. It's all right. It's all right. Okay. Better not. Let's start again. So, take two.
all right.
We are here in New Goloka in front of your worship, Shri Goloka.
Yeah.
And I'm greeting Gaura, who's world famous, doing preaching programs, chanting programs in Australia, New Zealand, Middle East, America, India, Antarctica, anyway, and also the internet.
Yes.
And so we're very honored to have you here.
Well. I'm so excited as well to be here.
And she grew up here in New Goloka.
Yes, I grew up here. I was here for 5 or more of my years growing up.
Yeah, I started in Goloka in 1982.
Wow.
You came here what year?
92.
Would you be willing to share your experiences?
Yes, yeah, New Goloka. Thank you, Shil Gurudev. I am so excited to come back here. It's been a very long time. My seeds were planted, my spiritual seeds were planted here in New Goloka, and traveling around the world and sharing what I've learned from here. While I travel, I remember those instructions and not just the basics that I was taught of Krishna consciousness here, but the deep ecstasies. the japa time that we had with you, Gurudev, every morning. Our day started here at about 3:30 every day.
Wow.
And we would ecstatically run to Mangalarti for every single day that we lived here. And that was the highlight of our day.
Wow.
To be here at 4 a.m. and attend the morning program with you. And the highlight of the morning program was your lecture. And most girls at that age, you know, teenage, 13, 14, whatever age they were at, they are into a lot of other things, you know, with the television and, you know, trying to look good and, you know, all the material things. But for us, you explained Krishna consciousness in such a way here in New Goloka there was about 13 of us girls, and I was about 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, those prime years. And you explained the philosophy to us every day. So the highlight of the morning program was your lecture.
Wow.
Because when you spoke and you explained it, it was so easy to understand. It wasn't like it was going above our head. It wasn't like, oh, let's get out of the lecture because now it's boring time. Or it was like, if we were doing, you know, we were chanting our japa and then, you know, we'd have to go to the restroom or whatever. If we were doing anything else, we're like, oh, class is going to start, class is going to start, class is going to start. And we made sure we'd run to get every minute of that class because it was therapeutic.
Wow.
It was.
I'm impressed.
So our experience was therapeutic. It was invigorating. It was a very healthy, growing experience that we had here in New Goloka. And If I didn't live here in New Goloka, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Wow.
Absolutely. And my parents as well, they feel the same way. I talked to my mother yesterday. She was like, oh, you're in New Goloka, you're in Hillsborough. I want to go back, you know, because she as well, you know, being in Krishna consciousness her whole life, but when we came here, it was the perfect balance of spiritual and material life for family or even for brahmacharis. You know, it's like the environment around, you can meditate, there's peace, everything is in harmony, in balance, and then there's a fun friendship of devotees who are caring. There's Vaishnav care. You just walk outside and everybody's like, oh, it's so good to see you. And then everybody comes in and they're doing they all have their service, they're engaged, they have something to do. And what we realized in New Goloka is that Krishna reciprocates with the service or what you do and so he took good care of us here. You know, like it might not be New York City where, you know, you're making a whole ton of money, but Krishna takes care. Financially, it's not enough.
Wow.
That was just
You want to share any specific memories? Any,
oh, my goodness.
you know, 1 or 2 specific memories of what happened here?
Well, I have a lot of personal memories.
Anything you want to share?
I remember I was the shy one.
Yeah. Your sister wasn't shy.
No. I remember how we wrote a letter to you
Asking for
initiation.
And how old were you at that point?
I was
16?
No, I was a lot younger. I think I was about 14.
14.
Yeah. Or maybe 13 or 14.
And your parents said, wait till you get
Wait
married.
till you get married. And we did. And then my father arranged me to get initiated by you, which is amazing.
That's very good.
Yeah, he called me up and he said, Gertie's coming. So, personal memories, it was so much fun. I just remember spiritual life as being so much fun, and personal memories. So the morning program would start at 4 and it would go until 7:15, I think 7:30.
Yeah, 17.
It's a shorter morning program here because then people who have to go to work can go. And the Gurukul girls, we were very close. And japa time was probably the most important part of the morning program.
Do you remember that I wouldn't let people talk during the
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
So,
what did I do when the teacher started?
Ram. You would say, Ram. Krishna. So we, you know, for us, that was a really good training. And so I remember one day we were chatting our japa, and you know, we were all focusing on how we spoke the Maha Mantra. And then you were always checking out, you know, who is chanting and what, but you were very focused at the same time. And I think a few of us might have been talking, and you said, Ram. But it wasn't just that we wouldn't talk during japa. That principle began the moment we came to Malarti until the moment we left the temple premises. It became a sacred time. And that almost was like a rule that we lived by, that you don't talk during the morning program, because this is the time where you internalize the principles. And by talking, you're wasting your energy, or just that mind gets distracted.
Wow. So, anything else you want to say about New Goloka, your experience here?
Well, I could go on for hours.
Well, 1 or 2 more minutes if you want.
Sure. So, I'd have to think about it, but I think we got to see the reciprocation amongst the devotees here as well, and how everybody was very dedicated. I mean, it was each situation. I mean, if we go for stories, I remember we were doing, I think it was a group, yes, puja, one year in Korea, and we were in the prasadam room. I think we used to do it there.
Yeah.
Right? And I was very, very shy.
Yeah.
And I wanted to always offer the flowers last because, you know, in the Indian homes, they say the girl should be in the back, not in the front.
Yeah.
And so I came and I offered flowers to you, and you said, "You are amazing. You are doing first class.
Wow.
You are doing perfect." And you told me that in a very, you acknowledged me as a person.
Wow.
And as a Vaishnavi and as a, you know, a servant of Krishna. And that small gesture of acceptance was so powerful to me.
Wow.
Because as a girl and a family, you know, you just keep, it's like on autopilot we live our lives. But when you receive that acceptance or that appreciation or acknowledgement from your spiritual master, it gives you that strength, that confidence, that courage. Because the mind is doubtful. And we go into, you know, are we okay? Are we doing all right? Am I enough? And when your spiritual master says, you are enough, you're doing very good, then you immediately get the empowerment from your spiritual master. And that's something I received here in your Goloka.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Every day of those 5 years was magical in the Goloka, and I encourage all the families and all the devotees, the new devotees who are coming in. The atmosphere here is so pure and it's so perfect for making spiritual advancement. So if there are any new devotee, you know, new friends of ISKCON, of the movement, or their families for a long time are looking for a place to bring your children, you know, we have a really nice school here as well that's developing. So I definitely encourage, if you stay in America, New Goloka is the spot.
So after New Goloka, moving ahead with your life, then you got married, and your husband's right there filming.
Yeah.
We'll be able to get him on this camera, so this camera is 360.
Do you want to sit with me?
Haribola.
That's right, I can get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get everybody and 2 of her children.
Are on camera. Got it.
They're there.
Yeah.
And very successful household life. But before that, I think the first thing after you got married, I asked you to go to Toronto, right?
Yes, yes.
That was your honeymoon?
That was our honeymoon. Gotta come speak closer.
And then in Toronto, of course, you had some, I would say, life-changing experiences.
Oh my goodness.
We don't even get into the details. But
Yeah, well, it was life-changing because I left New Goloka to make it. No.
Life-changing, and then after Toronto, I guess after some time, of course, you were living in Wisconsin, and then after that, you went to India full time.
Yeah.
And there you established a wonderful, I don't want to say preaching, but a sharing the Krishna conscious program, where literally millions of people are being influenced by your chanting and exploration of the philosophy. How did it start?
It actually brings me to a personal memory that you asked me about New Goloka. Going to India, the preaching is very grand. And in Vrindavan specifically, we were in a temple that Matajis or ladies don't have a lot of service.
Well, that's another subject. We'll talk about that.
And you know, on a personal level, I would say very fervently that my Gurudev would ask us to lead kirtan during the morning program.
Yeah.
In fact, you asked me to lead Tulsi Puja many times. The children, the Matajis, the devotees, the Prabhus, everybody were completely, they were all involved in that morning program. we all got to sing, and I was trained to sing and chant since I was 2. I started playing harmonium when I was like 4. So going to India, I could not give up that seed that was planted of preaching, and it didn't matter where I was. And I had just gotten married, and I had my children, and that was a lot of work.
Yeah.
But my husband, he really encouraged, and he actually pushed me forward, and he said, you're a preacher and you're a kirtaneer, and you continue doing what you've been taught to do. And so we set up our kirtan party outside Prophet Samadhi, and we began kirtan.
Right outside of Samadhi?
Right outside of Samadhi.
And what did the men think about that?
Yeah, well, everybody had an opinion. I decided, I said Gurudev would let us lead the kirtans. Gurudev would let us sing. In New Goloka, we were the leading kirtaneers. So we played Vrindavan Abbey sang. And I am going to keep doing that.
Let me just interject something now. If you remember, close to those days in Vrindavan, the men were in front of the deities in the temple Krishna Balaram Mandir, and the women weren't allowed to go in the front. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then Parvati, from memory, of course, she passed away, contacted me I was the chairman of the GPC. And I sort of like passed an edict saying women should have equal rights in the front.
Yes.
And so that changed things in Vrindavan. You remember that?
I do.
And then what happened is the next time I went to Vrindavan, I was trying to see the deities, and the women pushed me away.
Whoops.
And I went to Panchara, the temple president.
And he said,
it's your fault.
Oh,
So,
Krishna.
I wanted to continue your story. I just wanted to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So so we began the kirtan, and within, it was a 7-day kirtan festival because it was the World Holy Name Week,
Right.
September 2008. And we did it every day, thousands. We have hundreds of thousands of people who visit the temple. Out of those thousands, many, many, many people came up to us and said, we need you to come to our festival.
Wow.
And bring this kirtan there. Can you come for this date? Can you come for this date? Can you come for this date? And so it was like, yeah. So we would go, and we didn't know the austerity touring is austere. But we continued to do it. It was like a snowball effect. One kirtan brings 10 more. And then 10 brings 100. And before we knew it, we've been doing it for the last 10 years now, traveling consistently throughout the globe, to many different countries, many different cities, and we've been on tour about 10 to 12 days a month, which is a lot.
Right.
And we actually covered like 55 cities in a 6-month period.
Wow.
6 to 8 months, the 8 months that we're, and the rural preaching is the villages, thousands, hundreds of thousands. We were just in Punjab, Ludhiana. It was like 400,000 people that came for the Janmashtami.
Wow.
You don't know where they begin and where they end, and it's a sea, it's an ocean. And Rath Yatra there, I think, is 900,000 people. And they are enthusiastic.
That is big.
It is, it's huge.
It's amazing. So what are your plans for the future?
Our plans are to continue that preaching. And
What about personally?
And personally,
cultivating people?
yes, absolutely. So we receive emails and messages from hundreds of those people every day.
Every day.
Every day. I mean, we get a few dozen at least every day. And that is a lot. So our plans for the future is to personalize the experience with them, with each and every one of them, and bring them closer to ISKCON. And a lot of them are chanting 16 rounds. A lot of them have begun their spiritual life reading Prabhupada's books. So we'd like to bring them under your shelter, bring them under Prabhupada's shelter, and they take initiation, they become full-time practicing members from wherever they are. So that is definitely our plan for the future.
Fantastic.
Yes, good, Dave.
Wow.
With your blessing, we pray for strength.
May you have the ability to continue to look at you in the same way.
Thank you, your Dave.
So, thank you very much for the interview. And just one thing I guess we can add a little advertisement here.
Yeah.
So we're planning we're building a hall here in Goloka right now.
Right.
And planning ultimately to extend that hall and make a temple.
Yes.
That new temple for the hall. So
Yes.
I'd like to encourage people to
Yes.
help. And
Absolutely. So we have a beautiful new temple. It's a new temple hall that is being constructed. You might hear the noise in the back. So we encourage and we request, because North Carolina it's a pioneer project. It was pioneered by Srila Gurudev over 40 years ago.
yeah, 1982.
Yeah, almost 40 years ago. And to have a Krishna temple or a home for Krishna, when you build a home for Krishna, Krishna builds a home for you in the spiritual world. And so we request and encourage anybody who watches this video to please support the project here at ISKCON of NC, New Goloka. And you can do so. We'll put some details on
We put it on the
we'll put the details on the internet. And support as much as you can. If you live in North Carolina or if you live anywhere in the world, in America or wherever, we request you to please help support. You can generously donate so we can complete this project. And it's not a lot, it's not a huge amount.
No.
And we request all of our friends and well-wishers to donate for this project. Yeah. Everybody who's watching, I'll personally request it.
Oh my God.
Yes, absolutely.
So actually, we should see your family.
Yes.
When they,
Abhidaraja, please see it here. Come.
how about giving that same advertisement in Hindi?
Yeah, he can do that. He's the best. He's beyond the best. Come here.
Then you're right there.
Yeah.
And here's her whole family.
Yay.
Wonderful family. Actually, not the whole family. This is one member.
Yes.
For sure, you got married. She's living in New Orleans.
Yes.
Connor's going to be going to university.
Yes.
Wow. And Ronnie, how old are you, Ronnie?
I'm 11.
11. And you're going to be studying where?
Homeschool for now, but I think maybe
New Orleans.
And what's your experience in homeschooling?
it's actually really good because we can do our seva to the deities, like I have Giriraj, so wake them up and everything, and we can do school, and then the whole day is free for the temple or preaching. Because we have to always go out and preach. That's why homeschool was the best option for us, because we can do both.
Great. And do you remember I brought your Governor Sheila?
Yeah.
I see the question there.
So she's worshiping Governor Sheila.
Yes.
He's here.
He's here, very good. And kind of came around Governor on a scooter with us. Electric scooter.
I see the video.
And he's a great devotee too. The whole family is very Krishna conscious. Of course, Kishore, who's in New Orleans, is very Krishna conscious and dedicated to Prabhupada movement. The whole family, let me just end with this, the whole family is dedicated to serving Srila Prabhupada's mission. Not simply becoming Krishna conscious, which they are already, but actually the mission. What is the mission? To change the world. Not simply being interested in one's own Krishna consciousness, but be interested in the maximum amount of people to transform an impious civilization, as Bhagavatam says, that to create a revolution in the lives of an impious civilization. So they're part of a spiritual revolution. That's why I joined the movement. Be part of a spiritual revolution.
Me too.
So do you have an advertisement in Hindi?
यस सो आप लोगों से प्रार्थना है या समझिए महाराज यहाँ पे हैं हमारे साथ वीर कृष्णा महाराज यहाँ पे बहुत सुंदर हम लोग कल आए हैं यहाँ पे नॉर्थ कैरोलिना में न्यू गोलोका धाम बहुत सुंदर यहाँ पे एक हॉल बना रहे हैं और हॉल के आगे ठाकुर जी का मंदिर बनाएंगे बहुत अच्छा सा तो हम चाहते हैं देखिए जो व्यक्ति भगवान का घर बनाता है यहाँ पे और या मंदिर में सहयोग करता है ठाकुर जी उसका घर अपने पास गोलोक धाम में बनाते हैं तो ये तो गोलोका धाम है न्यू गोलोका धाम सो आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपने दिल से भगवान का घर बनाने में सहायता कीजिए और भगवान ठाकुर जी आपका घर अपने घर में बनाएंगे ये हर व्यक्ति नहीं कर सकता बहुत स्पेशल कृपा मिलती है भगवान का घर बनाने में तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग ज़्यादा भक्त जो हमारा सब ये लाइव वीडियो देख रहे हैं या महाराज का वीडियो देख रहे हैं सो प्लीज़ आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा भगवान का घर बनाने में सहयोग कीजिए और इसकी गारंटी है ठाकुर जी आपका घर अपने घर में बनाएंगे हरे कृष्ण
What about Punjab?
Yes.
मैं ਇੱਥੇ ਕੱਲ ਆਇਆ ਹਾਂ ਨਿਊ ਅਰਲੀਨ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਬੜਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਿਊ ਗੋਲੋਕਾ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੈ ਆਪਣਾ ਬੜਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਮੰਦਿਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਬੜਾ ਸੁੰਦਰ ਮੰਦਿਰ ਦਾ ਹਾਲ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੜਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਮੰਦਿਰ ਬਣਾਉਣਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਸਭ ਦੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਬੜੀ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਭਗਵਾਨ ਦਾ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ 'ਚ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਕਰੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਭਗਵਾਨ ਦਾ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਓਗੇ ਭਗਵਾਨ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਘਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਬਣਾਏਗਾ तो प्लीज़ ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग सब मिलकर भगवान के घर बनाने से हेल्प करो हरे कृष्ण
હરે કૃષ્ણ આજે બહુ આનંદ થયો છે અમે લોકો ગોલોક ધામમાં આવ્યા છીએ નોર્થ કેરોલાઇનામાં અને અહીંયા ગુરુ મહારાજની જોડે અમે જોયું છે કે નવું મંદિર રાધા ગોલોક નંદ માટે બનાવવા અમે લોકો પ્રયત્ન કરીએ છીએ તો તમને બધાને અમારી પ્રાર્થના છે કે તમે સહયોગ આપો આ નવું મંદિર બનાવવા માટે તમે પાસમાં રહેતા હોય તો જલ્દી અહીંયા આવીને આ નવું મંદિરનું નિર્માણ માટે સપોર્ટ ડોનેશન અને તમારું સહયોગ તમે આપો અને રાધા ગોલોકનંદ તમને બોલાવે છે તમે આવીને સેવા કરો અને ભગવાન તમારું ઘર એમના ગોલોક ધામમાં બનાવશે હરે કૃષ્ણ.
Everybody come and donate fast so we can make the temple fast.
What about Telugu? Telugu, Kannada.
I can count up to 5.
Okay, that's very good.
Please
And,
support.
yes, that's good. Okay, thank you very much. Onwards, Prabhupada. Says up to you. That was good.
It was 700 people watching
How many?
700
700.
Hare Krishna. So we are live with Srila Gurudev here, and we're really, really happy to have the opportunity to be here in New Goloka. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So there we are. Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Haribol. So we request all of you to join us here at New Goloka. You can come and support this beautiful project. I'm going to take them around it actually. I wanted to show them Srila Prabhupada and the DDs will open soon, right?
Yeah, let
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
me do this also on this. We're doing this.
And I'm actually, is there Wi-Fi outside?
Yeah.
There is a little bit of Wi-Fi outside? Okay, so yes, so we are here. And there's a new temple that is being built here at ISKCON New Goloka. I will show you around. Srila Gurudev. So this is the new temple construction. This is at the new temple construction of ISKCON of North Carolina, New Goloka. And this is a new home for Radha Golokananda. I will be showing you the DDs very, very soon. तो आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप अपना सहयोग दे सकते हैं इस नए मंदिर का निर्माण के लिए। जो डिटेल्स है वो हम कमेंट्स में देंगे, और मैं चाहती हूँ कि आपका जीवन सफल हो, आपका जीवन मंगलमय हो।
Okay, very good. Haribol! All glories to Prabhupada.
Jai. All right. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. They love Mahamantra more than anything.